This is Dhikala. Relax, relax. That was just a mock charge. More on that later in the video. But this is Dhikala, the largest and the most beautiful tourism zone of Corbett Tiger Reserve, consisting of large grasslands, riverbeds, sand, and mixed forests. Let's rewind just a little bit. I took an early morning flight from Bangalore to Delhi, followed by a 7-hour drive, with breaks of course, to Ramnagar. Good to buy some fruits and refreshments at Ramnagar for those long 4-hour safari rides. At Ramnagar, we stayed one night at Jim's Inn. Decent place for an overnighter. The next morning, a 30-minute drive in an open gypsy that eventually becomes our everyday vehicle took us to our first safari at the eco-tourism zone of Phato. We saw paw marks and we saw a spooked sloth bear. While we waited for some wildlife to present itself in this zone, the weather gods had different plans. This entire session was washed out. Thankfully, on the way back, we saw a jackal being chased by a lapwing. Most likely, the lapwing was nesting in this field. How else does one explain this behavior? We packed our bags and set out, incidentally in a jeep that had Karnataka's STD code. The drive from Ramnagar to Dhikala is about 2 hours in this beautiful landscape with a whole bunch of birds and other wildlife en route. Sharp at 3 pm, the lights go green and every jeep from pole position is busy to get out into the wild. The field guides get into each vehicle at this gate. Kind of a disciplined ritual. And here we go into the vast and dramatic landscape where the forest suddenly breathes wide and open. Soon enough, we were treated with these giants crossing the river and sometimes our paths as well. Notice the distinct water level indicator here. It's 4 hours of drive through forests, grasslands, water bodies, and bridges. While the rest were busy spotting stripes, we were ticking lifers. Hooded pitta, great hornbill, Asian barred owlet, river lapwing made the list of 20 odd lifers for me personally. Didn't think miners were this carnivorous. Some sandbaths by the blue-tailed bee-eaters were fun to watch. Two safaris in, we still hadn't seen a tiger. We got plenty of its diet though, sambar, spotted and barking. But early mornings were almost always reserved for the giants. So we drive more, searching for the elusive two families that are famous in this region. They call them Pedwali and Parwali. Our guide Wasim seemed more disappointed than us that the main character was not yet revealed to us. Another sunset and no tiger sighting so far. But hey, let's get back to that opening shot. The jeeps in front of us went so fast that a family of elephants felt not so safe. When we stopped to take their pics, a couple of them did a mock charge at us. To negate that experience, we ended up having this surreal moment with a makna. In the world of elephants, a makna refers to a male elephant that either lacks or has very small tusks. It got close. Very close. When someone spots a tiger, the other jeeps get the win and the dust. There you have it, my first ever proper sighting of a tiger. We managed to see the Parwali's entire family. she, her partner, and her two cubs. Here's how crowded and how far we were from this family. Almost all of our next safaris, we got close to at least one striped beauty. And as the sun dipped behind the hills, one thing was clear: nature doesn't owe us a show. But if you show up, shut up, and tune in, it might just perform. And if you're lucky, you might even be in the next installment of the Planet of the Apes. Sangeetha's superpower was her ability to sketch on the field and make the bird checklists. She clocked 100 species during our trip. Adarsh's superpower was his immaculate Hindi, while mine was to be able to headbang and sleep. You come here thinking you're chasing the wild, but the wild never chases you back. It just exists, majestic, indifferent, timeless. Oh, talking about time, as soon as we got network, guess what we did? The trip ended with our check-in luggage spread across 3 conveyor belts at 2 a.m. The treasure hunt certainly made us smile. Until next time, cheers.